oven they went, and the results were often dramatic. Mrs. Butler left the door partly open, and I could just see the little black figure inside. He didn't seem to care much what was happening to him. The next hour I spent in the byre wrestling with the hind feet of a cow. The cleats were overgrown and grossly misshapen and upturned, causing the animal to hobble along on her heels. My job was to par and hack away the excess horn, and my long-held opinion that the hind feet of a cow were never meant to be handled by man was thoroughly confirmed. We had a rope around the hock and the leg pulled up over a beam in the roof, but the leg still pistoned back and forth while I hung on till my teeth rattled. By the time I had finished, the sweat was running into my eyes, and I had quite forgotten the cold day outside. Still, I thought, as I eased the kinks from my spine when I had finished, there were compensations. There was a satisfaction in the sight of the cow standing comfortably on two almost normal-looking feet.
"Well, that's summat like," Mr. Butler grunted. "Come in the house and wash your hands."
In the kitchen, as I bent over the brown earthenware sink, I kept glancing across at the oven. Mrs. Butler laughed.
"Oh, he's still with us. Come and have a look."
It was difficult to see the kitten in the dark interior, but when I spotted him, I put out my hand and touched him, and he turned his head toward me. "He's coming round," I said. "That hour in there has worked wonders."
"Doesn't often fail."
The farmer's wife lifted him out.
"I think he's a little tough 'un."
She began to spoon warm milk into the tiny mouth.
"I reckon we'll have him lapping in a day or two."
"You're going to keep him, then?"
"Oh, too true we are. I'm going to call him Moses."
"Moses?"
"Aye, you found him among the rushes, didn't you?"
I laughed. "That's right. It's a good name." I was on the Butler farm about a fortnight later, and I kept looking around for Moses. Farmers rarely have their cats indoors, and I thought that if the black kitten had survived, he would have joined the feline colony around the buildings. Farm cats have a pretty good time. They may not be petted or cosseted, but it has always seemed to me that they lead a free, natural life. They're expected to catch mice, but if they are not so inclined, there is abundant food at hand, bowls of milk here and there, and the dog's dishes to be raided if anything interesting is left over. I had seen plenty of cats around today, some flitting nervously away, others friendly and purring. There was a tabby loping gracefully across the cobbles, and a big tortoiseshell was curled on a bed of straw at the warm end of the byre. Cats are connoisseurs of comfort. When Mr. Butler went to fetch some hot water, I had a quick look in the bullock house, and a white Tom regarded me placidly from between the bars of a hayrack where he had been taking a siesta. But there was no sign of Moses. I finished drying my arms and was about to make a casual reference to the kitten when Mr. Butler handed me my jacket.
"Come round here with me if you've got a minute," he said. "I've got something to show you."
I followed him through the door at the end and across the passage into the long, low-roofed piggery. He stopped at a pen halfway down and pointed inside.
"Look here," he said.
I leaned over the wall, and my face must have shown my astonishment because the farmer burst into a shout of laughter.
"That's something new for you, isn't it?"
I stared unbelievingly down at a large sow stretched comfortably on her side, suckling a litter of about 12 piglets, and right in the middle of the long pink row, furry black and incongruous, was Moses. He had a teat in his mouth and was absorbing his nourishment with the same rapt enjoyment as his smooth-skinned fellows on either side. "What the devil?" I gasped. Mr. Butler was still laughing.
"I thought you'd never have seen anything like that before. I never have, any road."
"But how did it happen?" I still couldn't drag my eyes away.
"It was the missus' idea," he replied. "When she'd got the little youth lapping milk, she took him out to find a right warm spot for him in the buildings. She settled on this pen because the sow..."